Good morning, guys. It's Maureen Ticer with Fiori, and I'm gonna make or show you how to make like a mantelpiece or a runner going down your table. And we all have the regular greens that we see every year. You've got the Monterey pine and let's see, Douglas fir, and what else have we got? More Monterey, sequoia. I like the sequoia. I like the little seeds on it, But what I really like is magnolia. It's not a winter green. It's year long. So if you've got magnolia trees in your yard, neighbor's yard, and it's hanging over, snip it. I love the color of the back of the leaves.
Is that because they're drying out, or?
No, they're like this. And it's sort of suede-y feeling. I'll pass it along. You could feel it. And it's waxy, compared to the needles and stuff. I like the waxy for the contrast, and it shines. So I'll pass that on. You can feel it. And it also and then there's cypress. But with the magnolia, you have depth too. So I took a regular cypress garland, and then I put the clusters of magnolia on it. And you could see how this is how it is when you get it. But if you want to spruce it up, you could add the magnolia leaves to it. And you take let's see. I was going to tie one, but maybe, here. Got one that's not tied together yet. You would cut off some of the magnolia. Get some, I do like the sequoia. Or you could do like seeded eucalyptus. I like that too, that contrast. Just put the two together. Take some wire. This is bind wire, so it's bound with like a waxy paper. And just tie the two together. And you make a bunch of these. Just make a bunch of these. And then you start wiring them to this length of garland. Or you can make your own garlands. If you have greens, winter greens, get like a piece of rope, and then just start tying these to the rope and bunching them up. And you can make these bigger, like to begin with, down at the bottom if you had a bunch of greens, and tie them together. Usually it's like I have a smaller palm, so it's like a palm full. And then, you start here and then overlap and overlap. Then you got to get to the other end. And you don't want to end it like that. So you want to flip it. And I flipped it in the middle. And we're going to cover that. I shouldn't have done it in the middle. I could have done it down here and then flip it. So I will tie these in. And then, guys, we're going to learn how to make a bow. You've been wanting to know how to make a bow, right? So, doing this kind of quick. So see, that doesn't show. Then I've got another one here and here. Put this one in here. I love this stuff because you're not, it's a little easier on the hands and the manicure than the straight wire. But I love how the magnolia leaves just gives it so much body. And the sort of hangy ones have their place too. Like if you're going up along your doorway. Okay. Last one. This is a little long. Don't need it that long. Yeah. The flower market. You see the greens around a lot, you know, in your supermarkets and stuff, but not usually the magnolia.
Does the magnolia leaves, I felt the texture and it felt very almost like leathery.
Like suede.
Yeah, so that gives, does that necessarily mean that it may last longer? A little bit more rugged?
A little bit, but they will, you know, they'll fade. They'll die. These bunches were in water. We had big magnolia in our yard. This was a while ago. And a branch in a storm just broke off. And there were tons of magnolias on it, too. And I thought, oh, cool. So I brought them in the house. But by the next day, the magnolias they got tan color, then because they're white. Then they got tan. Then they got this color. So they don't last.
Even if you put them in water, they don't last?
Yeah, not really. And it's the hands that, handling it. Anything like a gardenia will do that. You touch a gardenia with your hands. You have to wear gloves if you're dealing with them, or just try not to touch those white petals. Because you're touching them. Okay, ribbon. So most ribbons are, unless you're getting double satin ribbon, which I use that for weddings, wedding work, bouquets and stuff, but most ribbons have a side that's pretty and then the back side that's not pretty. So I'm not a fan of that ribbon, that bow that has a little center loop and then all these loops coming out of it. It looks so old school to me. And I just like taking it, make a loop. But if I just went back and forth, this loop would have no glitter on it. So then you got to twist it and hold it and now bring it up and it's got the glitter on it. Same thing. Twist it again. And then this gets all twisted and makes me crazy.
Is that wired ribbon?
It is. It is wired ribbon. Good old Costco.
Nice.
I mean, Costco, you cannot beat Costco for the price of ribbon. I used to have the Costco display, ribbon display. I had 2 of those in my basement. Then when we moved and downsized, I brought tons of ribbon to one of the auxiliaries, sister auxiliaries for Lucille Packard. And then I met Gail Del Perro and said, you should join a BRN group. But I really don't use wired ribbon for this sort of thing. Oh, I hope they don't mind glitter.
You got a wine bottle behind you there, a champagne bottle. It's got glitter, so
There you go. We'll get there. I am twisting and looping and twisting and looping. Except that this stuff is really, really spinning on me. Look at that. Making me crazy here.
Does it do that because of the wire in it?
Well, because yeah, it's the twisting. Okay, last one. I'm not going to do any more. Okay. And I'm just going to cut this. Cut it at an angle later because that's making me crazy. Okay, then I take a wire. And I tie the wire around it. And then pinch these up. And then down here, I take and as tight as it'll go, and then start twisting. And so then you have a bow. Wow. See? And I do this on packages. Well, when I'm gift wrapping, I'll usually do a ribbon around the package and then do a bow like this and put it down. Race finger goes down. I bring the ribbon from the package that I've tied and it's tied, and then you've got this. And sometimes I do layers and layers of different ribbons. So I don't like going smack in the middle. That's why I shouldn't have put this, shouldn't have done this in the middle. But you could tie this off. Then you could have tails of ribbon. That was really ugly, so we'll cut that. You could tuck this in here. I would, if I had my glue pot, I'd glue it. That just didn't seem necessary today. I'd put a little glue dot there. Maybe we'll make that longer. I would stick there and then here. So mind you, I'd be gluing these little bits on it. And then a longer tail coming this way. How much time do I have?
5 minutes. 5 minutes, 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
Yeah, about 5 minutes.
I like yours. 5.
You do the glitter side up, right? That's
Yeah. Yep. And then just start decorating it. Now these are pears, real pears, that we sprayed. Then I put a little glitter on the top. Not to be put in your box to go away for next year's decorations. This would be like for a table runner, mantle. I'm not really sure which way we're facing here.
Does everything else say if you were to save it aside from the pears? Or does it brown to me?
yeah, your greens are gonna disintegrate, and they'll just dry up and make a mess all over your house or storage area. I have a friend who she had this gingerbread house that her mom had made, and it was huge gingerbread house. Take it out year after year after year. One year she went to take it down, and it was real light. Mice had gotten to it and ate everything but the lace that was around the side. Yeah. Yeah. In a year, they must have been fat little mice at the end of that. Just...
What are those? Just ornaments?
Yeah, little, what do they call them? Picks. Just, go to Hobby Lobby and you'll find all these different picks with different things on them.
So why do you use those picks that are artificial and not artificial pears?
Oh, just for the heck of it. And to show you something else. Show you something you could do. They're really cold. I mean, if you could feel these, they're like ice. Now I'm just going to lay this like that. Trying to fill this little void, this little dip. And I'll put this down here. Can't see this from your side, so I don't know where it's going. So, something like that. So, I don't know how, see, I was making it for me. This should probably be over there somewhere. My loop-de-loop. Oh, well, sorry, guys. Oh, wait. Let me just... this. And we'll turn it around. Well, I was working it from this side. I don't know if that's going to go around. Oh, okay. There you go.
Then you make those in place. Wherever you're going to have it, you...
Well, I would glue it if somebody wanted this and said, can you make me a runner or a mantle piece? I would then glue, have them on the sticks, but glue it into place. So, and there you go. So, any questions?
What are these right here, Maureen?
These?
Yeah.
Just little,
Did you decorate?
no,
you
bought
bought
them
those
like
or
this.
All right. So
It was
the pair that
one stem with 3 of these balls.
Okay.
Just take them apart.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Hobby Lobby.
Okay.
If someone were going to buy that, what would you normally charge for that?
I'd probably do 75.
How long would something like that last?
It'll last you through to the, for beginning of next year. It'll last you through the new year. Yeah. Yeah, at least.
So do you have to spray it with water to keep it?
No,
No, doesn't need it.
no. You could do a light misting if you wanted on the greens, just a misting. But that'll mess up, the pears and stuff.
Yeah.
Pear going that way. Okay.
The concept-wise, how did you come up with the concept of putting this together? Like if
I
somebody
don't
came
know.
to you-
Lay in bed, and I had a nightmare about this last night, I'll have you know. It did not come out well. It did not end well. In my dream, I never got anything out. And but, so, yeah, I don't know. Just, I don't know why I wanted to do the pears. I can't tell you. It's like pears. Oh, and I wanted pomegranates, too. Wanted to spray pomegranates, but the only pomegranates I saw the other day were like this big, this too big. Yeah, and they didn't have that little poopy thing at the top, the crown-like thing that makes it look like a pomegranate. And I thought, for $5 a piece? I said, no, not, but I did want pomegranates.
I have a question. So
Yeah.
after doing all these beautiful things for other people, do you still have energy to do these beautiful things in your own home?
You should have seen my Thanksgiving table. It was like anything that was left from what I was doing. So I had pinks and purples and fall colors all mixed together because I couldn't be bothered. It's like, oh my God, with what we have, 14 people. So yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you for letting me do it. You're welcome.
All right.
Oh, and then I usually like to bring a little something. It's not floral, but take one and pass it along. It's the remains of our family Christmas. We had our family Christmas Saturday. There's like 60 of us. Snowman poop. That was for the kids.
I'm going to put it up at the office, just for decorations.
I'll bring you another one. I have labels. I didn't have any made up yet
This is great, yeah.
for your girls.
So, Maureen, I just, it's always, you start with something basic and plain, and and I think, how is she gonna, that's nice, but, green. I'm not a big fan of Christmas trees, real Christmas trees. I'm a fake tree girl. So when I saw that, I was like, yeah, that's nice. And then you just start adding and putting things in while you're talking, and it's like, oh my gosh, that's gorgeous. And
Thank you.
it's just amazing. Like, I don't know, I didn't know that you had visions or that you thought of it before you put it together. So that's interesting to know.
In my dream, I didn't.
Oh, but it is interesting to know that you put some, you have ideas and they kind of come with what you're going to be doing.
They start to, I'll have a thought like the pomegranate, and then it's like, oh my God, these are way too big, and I'll have to do a source for small pomegranates. And sometimes it doesn't always. I thought I was going to do ornaments on it, but none of the ornaments that I had matched the color, since I was going now with these tones. And it's like the leaf itself is what sort of started the color tone. Like I don't really see red with this. Like, say, traditional Christmas red. I don't see that with this.
Can we do a little commercial here? I'm here today with Maureen Ticer with Bella Fiori, and Maureen recommends that if you want a very special gift for someone who's close to you, snowman poop. It's offered exclusively by Maureen Ticer of Bella Fiori. $1.99 a bag, snowman poop. Thank you, Maureen.
Thank you. Call or text me.